Dong-Jin looks at his watch from the window overlooking Mi-Jung's place and takes note of her everyday routine. She wakes up around noon and starts work at 1 p.m. where she translates TV broadcasts and books into Korean. She'll take breaks here and there until 2:30 a.m. where she goes out to feed stray cats. Her only visitor is Un-sil, who'll stop by here and there. Once a month, Mi-Jung will take a random bus all the way until the end of its route and then back. And every Tuesday, a delivery person from a local mart will drop off an order for her. He applies to be a delivery driver to only work on Tuesdays, and to prepare, he visits a local motorcycle shop to buy a helmet. He tells him not to worry about the expensive stuff for scooter rides and delivering orders. On the fated day, he drops off the order for Mi-Jung. When she tells him to leave it at the gate, he explains that he needs her signature. He carries it upstairs and confirms everything is there while also keeping track of time without arousing too much suspicion. Before he leaves, she thanks him for double-checking the order. Dong-Jin makes it downstairs and notes that the entire encounter was 8 minutes. Even better, nothing happened to him for the next few days. No accidents or strange events. One evening, he times himself while being there within 10 meters, testing out for a few days what the absolute maximum limit was. If it was just before 10 minutes or if it was exactly 10 minutes, it was fine. If it were any longer, even just a few seconds over though. He goes to see a doctor and then rewrites his first statement. Being within 10 meters of her for over 10 minutes is dangerous. When Dong-Jin drops off another delivery for her, Mi-Jung reminisces and forgot the last time she made small talk with someone and finds herself enjoying it. As they finish up, Dong-Jin realizes he forgot to bring the card reader while she insists on finding some cash in the apartment. Time continues to tick down. And when she finally pays, Dong-Jin dashes out of the building just in time before 10 minutes and barely avoids another scooter crashing into him. As he looks up, however, at his hospital bed, he realizes that even if he avoids the time limit, there's probably a limit to how many statements they can exchange with each other. At home, Mi-Jung grabs a drink from her fridge and goes downstairs to answer the doorbell, but realizes it's not the same man who delivers it. Upstairs, Mi-Jung double-checks her order out of habit. At the motorcycle shop, he buys a sturdier helmet and extra protection for the accidents. On the day of her order, Mi-Jung goes downstairs, excited to see Dong-Jin. They go upstairs to confirm the order as Dong-Jin keeps track of the number of exchanges they make between each other. Before he leaves, Mi-Jung asks about his injury, but he lies that he hurt his hand exercising. Unfortunately, he lost track of how many sentences he said to her because he was just really happy to see her being happy. Then, having a conversation that goes beyond 10 exchanges is dangerous. Un-sil visits Dong-Jin at the hospital and he looks freaking terrible. However, it was all worth it as he was able to verify and improve his findings. Un-sil warns him to stop because he might actually die at the rate he's going. It's also only a matter of time before Mi-Jung finds out what his name is. At her home, Mi-Jung prepares to take the bus, and Dong-Jin follows her on and sits at the back of the bus. The distance between the two of them is 11 meters, just enough for him to be with her without putting himself in danger. There he takes in the sights and surroundings of what Mi-Jung sees every month. When evening arrives, Mi-Jung gives her seat up to an older lady and goes to the center of the bus. Dong-Jin panics but starts his stopwatch. He plans to get off at the next stop. At least he would have if it wasn't for the traffic jam. The weather starts to pick up and Dong-Jin starts thinking about what insane accident he would experience if he hits the 10-minute mark. So far, nothing seems dangerous on the bus, but as he looks around for any final destination moments, he sees a huge truck that is carrying a lot of junk. That could easily snap and hurt him. Probably. Accidents don't hurt innocent bystanders, right? At the 9-minute mark, he makes the excuse that there's no way he can get hurt because the bus is trapped between multiple vehicles and that if an accident were to occur, it would be too big and would cause huge collateral damage. 15 seconds left. Dong-Jin barely jumps out of the window, and as the wind blows his cover, Mi-Jung realizes who he is and calls out his name.
이동진?
10 meters, 10 minutes, and she knew his name. He has broken too many rules. Dong-Jin pulls himself over the rail, and he gambles on the fact that it is near impossible for lightning to strike in the middle of the Han River in winter. He curses at the storm, taunting it to chase him into the river. And then